This is a check-in with you guys and me. It is Monday. We are in April. It feels like we just started the year and some shit has really hit the fan in 2022 in a way that maybe we didn't expect. We saw it coming in 2021 because we knew what 2020 had hit us with. But 2022, we might not have expected shit to be so messy. But guess what? Sometimes it is. And maybe it's not messy for you. And I'm really fucking stoked for you. But for some of us, it has been a little bit of a wee bit of a nightmare this year. So I'm checking in as we are in the 4th month of the year, which means that it's okay. We still have plenty of time in this year to make 2022 exceptional. And I'm not somebody who says, this is going to be the best year ever. I can feel it. I don't say that for several reasons. I don't say that because something isn't just the best year ever. You make something something. You have to fight to make something something. You have to work to make something something. You can't just say it's gonna be, I can feel it. I've told you guys that before. That's a load of bullshit. And anybody who can feel that something's gonna be a great year is fucking full of it. You have to work to make something it. And second of all, because things are out of our control sometimes, right? Things can happen to you in a year that you were not predicting. You might have all your ducks in a row. You might have found the love of your life. Your wedding might be set for that year. And then somebody could die. There could be a fucking panini. You don't know what could happen. So I'm not out here saying that this is going to be the best year ever. I can feel it. But I do know that our energy is very important. And I'm not saying energy like woo woo, because y'all know I don't even know if I fucking believe in all of the woo woo, but I do believe in energy. I do believe energy attracts different energy, and I want to talk to you guys and check in how you are doing. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Hello to all of you rock stars on Monday, April 11th. We are here. We are queer. Get used to it. Or some of us are, some of us aren't. Everybody is welcome. The only thing we're intolerant of is intolerance. Shout out to Scott, to Andrew W., to Zeno Hour, Jeremy Miller, Mohammed Belsin, Steve Cauldron, and all of the people joining us live today. I didn't tweet out this link for a specific reason. It was because the people who deserve to be in here are the patrons and the rock stars who are subscribed, because those are the people whose energy I want to check in on the most today and see how we are doing. Let me tell you guys something. I really want to make a movie. It has been nonstop on my mind for years, but it's really been nonstop on my mind for the last several months. And I had some shit hit the fan, which kind of was a setback for me. But I really want to make a movie, and I really want to make my Hanukkah movie. I think it has great potential. Number one, because there are no Hanukkah movies out there. There's like legit 2 of them. Number 2, because I don't think it would be that expensive for me to make. It's expensive, but it's not millions and millions of dollars. And number 3, it's a really endearing story that I want to share with the world. So I really want to make my Hanukkah movie. And I'm putting that out there because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet. And that's frustrating and it's upsetting. And I've been out here in the industry for 13 years and I haven't made the right contacts to figure out how the fuck to make my movie. But I just saw Chris Stuckman, right? And I just saw his ability to, in 24 hours, raise like $1.5 million for his movie. And I understand I don't have the following that Chris Stuckman does. But why can't I raise money for a movie? Why can't I figure out a way to raise money for a movie? This is not an announcement of any sort, but I'm just throwing it out there into the universe. I don't know whether it's a Kickstarter or whether it's trying to find Jewish communities and Jewish organizations that provide finances for artists that are creating Jewish work, or whether it is trying to connect with the right producers. I feel as if this is possible. So I'm just talking about it and putting it into the universe that I want to make in the next year. I want to make my Hanukkah script. And I think I can do it. I have to figure out steps and I have to put out that energy and vibes. And you never know, maybe to the dozens of people that end up watching this show, hundreds, thousands sometimes, Maybe one of them's like, I've been looking to make a Hanukkah movie. You never know if somebody knows somebody who knows somebody or has ideas. So I'm just starting to mull over the idea that I really want to make this movie. I think it's important and I think it's really entertaining and I think that it's good. So putting that out there, what do you guys want to accomplish? What energy are you putting out into the universe? What would make your life go from 0 to 60? What is something that you are like, I want to do this and I think I can do this? And that might have to do with your family. It might have to do with your career. It might have to do with your friendships. It might have to do with your loved ones. What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you're putting out there? Let me know. Let's check in with the Streamlabs. Let's see how you guys are doing. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Not yet, but one of these days, perhaps every dollar will go towards the movie. Not yet, because we have a lot of bills to pay off and it's tax season. So that's where the money's going right now, or at least for the next few days. Let's see. It is the 11th of April, as I mentioned, and the Zen one himself is in his house. Let's see what we got here. Glenn is saying hello and well wishes to my whole family. He had an interesting experience after his meditation this morning. He felt a big pop in his legs and lower back. Ooh, the word pop is kind of wild. And it's through some sort of energy. Ooh, energy. We're talking about that today. Block exploded and my legs relaxed and back was opened up. It's been a while since I felt that way. Interesting. I felt various pops throughout the different parts of my feet. I wish I could feel what you meant along my legs, my upper back. I've had things pop too, but usually it's kind of an uncomfortable thing. It feels like when you crack your knuckles kind of, but throughout your body, but suddenly let go. I'm more free. That's amazing, Glenn. I have to get used to this new experience, this new me, and actually accept it and embrace it. Perhaps I can begin a new life with a new body that doesn't have cerebral palsy. And now I'm feeling like I could just cry. Oh, Glenn, we love you. Thank you, Gary Smith, Liza Roxy, RJ, and Rockstars. You're welcome, but we're the ones who should be thanking you. He also says, thanks for everybody choosing to show up to battle. He says, winner, winner, chicken dinner, whenever, wherever. He hopes that we get to see and perceive and feel the harmony and ability to fly free. Well, it sounds like you're feeling a little bit of that right now, Glenn, so I'm so happy for you. He's talking about those yellow and green colored. I'm wearing green today and my hair is blonde, so maybe that's yellow. I'm getting it blonder tomorrow, though. Blonde, blonde, blonde. He also says, please remember to say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm fully unique. I'm good people. I'm worthy. My story is important. Deserves to be seen and heard. Being kind, caring, and fully unique makes me humane, valuable, and a cozy fire to be near. Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate you, my dear. Mike Joyce says, I binged the first 4 seasons of Scandal before season 5 started. I loved it. But when I watched season 5 on TV, I hated it and stopped watching. Oh my God. Do you think something similar would happen if I watched all 18 seasons of Grey's Anatomy before season 19? Wow. I think that Grey's Anatomy is so I just put out a TikTok and an Instagram about Grey's Anatomy, which probably is why you're bringing this up, Mike, because we are 18 seasons deep and I have watched every single episode for 18 years. It is so wild that I'm now 30. I've been watching the show since I was 12. And I think that it's not the best binge because it's not that it's a bad binge, but if you had said you had used to watched and now you would want to catch up, then maybe I would recommend it more. But I don't know if it's a good binge start to finish because I have a lot of nostalgia for it. I have a lot of love for it that is because of where I was at my life and how a lot of these characters kind of grow up with you. It's also challenging to ask somebody to watch 18 seasons of television, a show that is 42 minutes long an episode, that is 24 episodes a season. That is like, that takes years of your life. That's a really, really long binge. So I don't know anybody who wouldn't get slightly sick of it. And I do think at some point you would be exhausted because while I lived with these characters for years and then they die off, you'll be living with them for seasons that you're binging through. And then a lot of them die, a lot of them move, a lot of frustrating things happen. We only have, of the OGs, it's only Meredith Grey, Richard, and Miranda. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones, but I don't think so. Uh, we had Sandra Oh go over to Killing Eve. We had Katherine Heigl left the show ages ago. the 007. He left so long ago. Alex Karev, who was with us until like 2 seasons ago, and then he left after 16 years or something. There's just it's too much. And you lose all your characters. Wow, my armpit is so itchy today. Why? Sometimes deodorant just be like that, Yeah, Miranda, Ryan, she's still there. Miranda is Bailey. Miranda Bailey. That's her name. Don't wear it out. She's still fucking awesome. And Richard Weber is still there, and Meredith Grey is still there. And I think that might be it in terms of regulars. Sometimes we get pop-ins from people, but it's like Addison, but it's kind of rare. And no spoilers, but McDreamy's not on the show anymore. And neither is McSteamy. Yeah, everybody be gone. But I love the new characters that they bring on. But because I have years of history, I don't know if I would recommend Grey's as a binge. I kind of think like if you're gonna binge it, you should watch one season a year for the next 18 years. Or go slow with it, or watch it while you're also watching other things. There's a lot of other great television to be watching, and I don't know that Grey's needs to be one of them, but for those of us who are still watching, it feels like home. It really does. Oh, I love that show. What about you guys? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. What are you putting your energy towards? Sure, open it up to television. What are you watching? What is this you want to do? How are you feeling 4 months in or 3.5 months into this year? Is it as you expected? Where can we realign ourselves? I sound like some kind of yogi, which you guys know I'm not. I used to be a little more, but namaste. I think there's definitely valuable elements, and it is a lot worthwhile for us to put our time and focus on this year and what else we have. Glenn says it's quite the commitment. Yeah. Chris Braxton says I need to be watching Billions. I am 1 season behind on Billions. Billions is great. I binged all of Billions before Showtime hired me right before the Panini to go to New York and to interview the cast and do this whole Showtime's Billions event. So I binged the whole show and it was fucking awesome. But I haven't watched it since then. It was really, really great, though. It was really great. I loved that show. I will catch up at some point. I still haven't seen Dexter New Blood. I saw 1 episode. I want to watch more. And I'm seasons behind on Better Call Saul. So still a lot of things. What else is on my list right now of shit that I wanted to watch? I started the show Somebody Somewhere I told you guys about. I don't know about it. I wouldn't start it yet. I'll keep you guys posted, but that was on my list. And then I really want to watch As We See It. That one also speaks to me. Other than that, I've completed 36 shows this year so far. Oh, I got to add to that list now, 37 with The Ultimatum. Guys, The Ultimatum. I can't wait for a couple more episodes to drop. Need it to drop. Jake says Dexter New Blood definitely made up for that last season. Well, then I got to get on it. I haven't been watching Superman and Lois this year either. I got to get on that too. Murderanta said, did those flashback scenes in last week's episode of Grey's Anatomy prompt you to talk about it? Yeah, kind of actually, because I was watching it. It was so wild because I was sitting there thinking to myself, it's so crazy how Meredith Grey does not age, that Ellen Pompeo does not age. And while she looks fucking amazing, she looks just as good now as she did 18 years ago. When we got the flashbacks, I was like, oh, yes, she does. I just have been watching this every week, so I don't think of it like that. But when we look back at her 18 years ago in those flashbacks, she looked like a baby. She looked like a fucking baby. I was shocked. I was like, oh, well, I was dead ass wrong about this. She certainly has aged. Still fucking dime piece. But yeah, what I was thinking was not the case. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Just so you guys know, my week, I will be here today. I will be after this, I'm going to go on the World Girls Patreon, and Steph and I are doing a Bitch Out of Water episode, which is our new podcast that's going to be dropping on 420. But for the patrons exclusively, you guys can watch us talk about, we're doing an episode on dating an addict. I have dated 3 different types of addicts, all drug addicts, but 3 different types of drugs. And it's a clear tendency and trend in my life. And I want to talk about some tips about dating an addict. some ways that dating an addict has affected me and just the way that I look at the world. And Steph has also dated an addict. And so we thought that that would be a interesting episode, especially after the pandemic when so many people addictions have reared their I was gonna say ugly heads, but yeah, it is an ugly disease. It's fucking an ugly disease. So reared their ugly heads. And I think it's an important time to talk about it for people who are addicts and people who are in the thick of it with addicts, whether you're dating them, they're your siblings or your family, anything along those lines. So we are going to be we are going to be talking about that, and that's going to be at 3 o'clock today. So if you are a patron of the World Girls, go check that out. Then tomorrow I'm gonna get my hair did, and then I'm supposed to go see Fantastic Beasts and where nope, Fantastic Beasts and what's the subtitle of this one? I don't know. You guys know I have a hard time remembering these movies, but I'm gonna go see that tomorrow. So I won't be live tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, it's World Girl Wednesday, and D, Steph, and I are all three reunited, and it feels so good. We're doing an AMA. We're coming back hot. All three of us will be sitting right in this room, so I'm really excited for that. Then Thursday, I will be back here live with you guys, and then Friday, I will do Only Stupid Answers with DJ Woldridge, and then probably be here again. And then Sunday, D, Steph, and I will all be live together again as well. So that's all the places that you can find me. Let's jump into the Streamlabs. John Lestrina family says, hey, good stuff today, Roxy, but we need to talk about something important. That is, of course, Brie Larson joining the family. We getting hype up in here. Is that what's happening? I don't even remember. I feel like I remember reading that a while ago. Does that announced today? I don't remember, but I like her, and that is important. Oh, did you put it in the Discord? He said, oh, no. Then John, no, that's Jake now. Wow. It's so weird because you guys know I don't have great eyesight. And for some reason, because Jake Yacovetta, the I looks like an L, looks like a lowercase L. When I look quickly, it looks like you're both JL. So you guys look like you have the same names. Probably because you're boys. Jake Yacovetta wrote in here, can we go ahead and get season 2 of Severance and Bel Air right fucking now? Also, I have some insights about being an addict while dating. I can share that in Discord. Why don't you, Jake, put it in the Patreon questions, the link to ask questions, or yeah, you can put it in the live chat too while we're talking if you're watching it live or anything along those lines, or the Discord as well. Absolutely, wherever you feel most comfortable. Glenn Caesar says, Roxy said namaste. That's pretty awesome. Sir Joker 40 is probably the only other person from this community that I've heard say that. Oh my God, Steph says namaste all the time. No one asked, but namaste essentially means peace or peace to you. And my teacher said guru means Guru. Oh, that's cool. Guru. I love that. I've never heard that before, Glenn. That's awesome. Oh, thanks for sharing that. You learn something new every day. What's going on with you guys? Shout out to the rest of the people in the chat. Chris Braxton, Mike Joyce, Jake Yacovetta, Steve Caldron, David Ebakemi. How do you say your last name? Ebakemi? Ibakeme? Let me know. Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. Ooh, thank you to everybody who put that in there. To Ryan Payne and John Lestrina. My hair color, Manny, is going to be blonde. I just do every couple of months, I do an upgrade because you can see naturally I'm really, really dark. You guys can see how brown it is. And then I get this blonde in. Wow, it looks so slicked right now. It doesn't feel that way, but it looks that way. And because I'm a blonde bitch. I'm a blonde bitch. I'm a blonde bitch. Yeah, that was good, Rox. Hi, Brittany Parker. Hi, John Perlow. Hi, Murderanta. Hi, Beely. Brandy, my girl. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Deaf Brown right now. Yeah, it gets so dark when I wear it like this. Can you guys even get over it? Because, I'm sure a lot of you think of me as blonde because I've been blonde for so long. I wear my hair like this and I just look blonde. But when I pull it back and if I'm not getting it colored, people don't even realize how dark my hair is. Like this. I look like a little child. Anyway, so who's following me on TikTok? Any of y'all? I'm having an obsessive time over there. I'm having so much fun telling stories. I know it's only a matter of time, I'm sure, until they fuck me over and take me off because I talk about sex a lot. But I don't think it's wrong to talk about sex, so I don't wanna not talk about sex because I'm not having sex on TikTok. I wouldn't even think that was wrong, but that's not what TikTok allows. Yeah, so that's the truth. Chris Braxton says, "If you're Jewish, you're brunette." Left my ass off. That is super not true, Chris Braxton. Really not true. So that, uh, okay. Steph is running a wee bit late, so we might start the podcast a little late. Okay. Probably only 5 or 10 minutes, though. Or we might start on time. Depends when she gets back. La 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 la. Thank you guys. Glenn says I'm funny on TikTok. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. I have one in storage right now. I have one drafted about my first blow job that I think is great. I'm waiting to post it till I feel like it's going to get a bang. Pun intended. Go to the Streamlabs. Talk to me about your energy. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider. Another thing I was thinking about with energy is this is really tough. And I know this is probably tough for a lot of you guys. This is really tough for me. I've had a really horrible year. One day I'm going to be able to tell you guys all about the things that I'm dealing with this year. And I can't wait for that moment because I love to be open and honest with you guys, but I'm not able to talk about it right now. And so the year that I'm having is challenging to stay positive. And I have really shitty energy sometimes now. Not shitty as in I'm mean to anybody, but just like it's tough to be around somebody who's always fucking bummed. And I cry every day. I wake up crying every day. I go to sleep crying every night now. And that's tough for somebody to be around. That's tough. And I acknowledge that. And I think it could be really draining on your friends and your family and those 2, 3, 4, 5 people in your life that you call all the time to give daily updates or weekly updates on what's going on. And every time they ask you, how are you doing? Every time the answer is not fucking good. Not fucking good. It's exhausting. And so, to anybody who's in a place where I am right now, which is that I am so alone, first of all, as you guys know, I'm not seeing anybody. I am not, I'm just by myself 24/7. I I live by myself. I have my family lives 3,000 miles away from me. I have no significant other. So for people who are like that and they have all this shit going on, or even if you're not like that and you have a lot of shit going on, but I do think it does a lot harder if you're alone. I'm not trying to take that away from anybody else who has people, but when you are alone, it's a completely different beast. I know because I've been not alone before. But for the people who are like that, I do encourage you to find some positive things to talk about so that you're not just that person who is always, always talking about horrible things. And I'm not saying you have to feel happy and cheery and put on a front, but even for yourself, it's important to try to find when, the same people are like, how are you doing? It's okay to say, I'm not doing well, but also it's okay to let yourself say, but I did have a really fun dinner with a friend last week. Or, but I did pick up this, did start painting this painting. I'm really proud of it. Or I did start writing this thing and I think it's really going somewhere. Or, just anything that is positive because it does get exhausting talking to people who are so fucking depressed, which I am. And so I don't say that as a judgment. And I'm not saying that you got to fake it till you make it. But in a way, if it is nice to try to put something positive out there, to try and fill the room and fill the air with something positive. And if you are not in a place that you can do that, at the very least, what you can do is genuinely ask and care about other people and how they're doing. And let them lead the conversation sometimes if they're doing really well. Sometimes if I'm not doing well, I'll be like, oh, I'm not great. But you know what would make me so happy is to hear about you. Tell me something good going on in your life. That would make me really happy. And I genuinely mean that. And it does. And it really helps. And so maybe something a lot along those lines, you know? It's just really it's really nice to be able to find something so we're not just always like, "Thanks for noticing. Why bother?" You know? Hopefully that resonates with you guys. I'm getting out of here soon, so send in any last minute streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. All that good. Jake Yacovetta says, salute to the homie Galaghost and Andres Galago for his 7-month anniversary with the meme queen Jen Kemp today. Oh, happy anniversary. What is a 7-month anniversary? Y'all are getting creative out here. It's like one more month and a half a year. All right. Hey, I love any reason to celebrate. I love any way. Any reason, any way to celebrate, I'm in on. So I ain't mad at it. I think that's really sweet. Yeah, it's like we have things like Valentine's Day, right? Or Mother's Day. And it's like you're supposed to celebrate love on Valentine's Day. You're supposed to celebrate your mom on Mother's Day or whatever it is. But it's like those are things that should be celebrated every day. So at the very least, every month on your anniversary, it's a celebration. And I love that. One of the things I used to love that my ex used to do, acts of service. No, this is actually gifts. Every week, he would bring me home flowers. He would buy me flowers every week. And it was, I never was like a big get flowers girl. Never asked them, never thought about them. But especially because he traveled so much for work, it was really nice to have once a week, like a moment of celebration over your relationship because you see the flowers and you just think like, oh, this is it's so nice. But I will tell you guys this, that's a double-edged sword because the last time that my ex bought me flowers, he bought them for me and he brought them in and he was like told me how in love with me he was, we're gonna get married and have kids and buy a house and stuff. And the flowers were there and they looked all beautiful. And the next day he broke up with me. And and I saw those flowers outlived our relationship. And so buy somebody flowers, it's lovely, but maybe don't buy somebody flowers if you're gonna dump them, because I had to look at the flowers every day, and every day I thought about throwing them out, but then I was like, "What did the flowers do to me? They're, the flower they're so lovely, I don't wanna throw out the fucking flowers because they didn't do anything," you know? So I waited till they died, but I always thought that was interesting that the flowers outlived the relationship. Anyway, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Get in here, y'all. As we get in here, as we're getting out of here, Cena said I'd throw them the F away. I know, I probably should have. I didn't have it in me. I just looked at them every day and didn't cry. And did not cry. I did not cry one time when my ex and I broke up. And yet this year, I'm a crying machine. Mean, lean, crying machine. Who's not all that mean and not all that lean. Oh, Avery Burke, so happy to have you, honey. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody send love to Avery. All right, let's GTFO. If you are watching this after the fact, leave in the or even now, leave in the comments what energy are you putting out there? What are you manifesting, as the kids call it? What are you trying to see accomplished? I'm gonna make my movie. I'm putting that energy out there. What are you gonna do? Say it out loud. Twilight, right? Anyway, and if you're watching after the fact, feel free to Streamlabs. I'll read it on Thursday when I am live at the Roxy again. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. So much love to you guys. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those buffoons. Don't tremble the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. And I will see you in an hour if you are a patron of the World Girls for Bitch Out of Water, that are talking about dating an addict. And I will see you on Wednesday for World Girl Wednesday and on Thursday for Live with Roxy. Ooh, girl. Later.